There's my beautiful world. It is a beautiful world. This going to be a short one. I just want to put a yell out there to everybody. I was up to after 3 this morning, and then I woke up at 7, and I went to lay back down. I took my pills, my pee pill, and so I've basically been up since 7. Got a nice shower in. I did get a nice shower in. Felt good this morning. Because it's kind of dreary out right now. It's raining a little bit, so a nice hot shower felt so good. And it must be a pretty good hot water heater. Here it's gas, but I've never ran it out of hot water. And I think I took a 20-minute one time. But I generally take a 10-minute. But today I think I did 15. I enjoyed it. But it must be a pretty good hot water heater. It must be a pretty good one. I tell a lot of people about this house. It's just, at one time, somebody really cared about this place. And they because I'm interested in getting my doorbell fixed. And it's got a real nice doorbell. It's like, I think it chimes. And I'm asking Myron, that's OBG's boyfriend, husband, life partner, whatever. Good guy. He's a good guy. Think a lot of him. So anyway, I'm going to ask him to take a look at it, because he's the man with the plan when it comes to maintenance. He knows what he's doing. Plus, he's got tools, and he can, even though he's had his knees fixed, he can scoot around on the floor, and he's pretty handy. So I'm going to ask him to see if he can fix my. But last night, it was after I got off the video. My neighbor called me, wanting some tin foil, wanting to sell me a joint. But anyway, this beautiful, big, furry, gray cat came on my porch. I want her to be a she. I do. I just want her to be a she. Tomcat would be cool, though, come think about it. But it had a lot of winter hair still, fur. And somebody already, because I put the yogurt container of food out there every night when I take my pills. And I took everything early last night. And something rooted around, because I put a little container of milk in the middle, then I put the food around it. So somebody rooted around and got all the food and left the milk. So the cat came up and she's drinking milk, but then they're making so much noise upstairs, it scared her away, because I was afraid to move too much, but I wanted to get the phone so I could make a video of her. I get her one of these days, but I do want the stimulus package that I missed, and they say I'm supposed to be able to get it. That's the 1,200 one and the 600 one, and I am going to spend a couple $100 to get. I'm not going to worry about my front porch, but I do want to get my back porch so I can see the critters that's eating my stuff. I just want to see what kind of critters I'm getting. Because it must be some serious critters if they can eat a half of a pizza crust. They made that disappear. And but anyway, I love that cat. And I keep saying I'm not a cat person, but look at me. I'm buying cat food. I'm washing their dishes every day. In fact, they're in the sink now soaking in Dawn hot water. Too hot to put my hand in. But then nobody messed with the peas that I put out there. My peas and bacon bits. Yeah. But I've been doing a lot of voice messages to OBG's work phone, and I'm really anxious. I don't know. She said she didn't get the one I sent her on the 21st, and I don't understand why it ain't working because everybody else gets them. You know, I gotta see something. This just moved in. Okay, that's what I was telling OBG about. It says phone hub. So does that mean I can actually use this for a phone? I'm really curious. I ain't gonna do it right now, but if that would be great if I could at least voice message on here, and then hit the microphone so I don't have to sit there and hold the spot like I do on the phone for 12 minutes and 44 seconds. And that's how long my voice messages works on the phone for phone message. I like it though. I do like to send somebody a voice message, and especially like Mike Music. That way he can do it at his leisure, and if he feels like talking, he can call, and then we can talk. Because I already did my talk, and I already told him everything, so he can talk to me. And wow, I don't know if it's tension or I drink coffee. I drink quite a bit of coffee this morning. But I got like a slight headache in the back. I don't know. Generally I don't get headaches. But these women are driving me a little bit crazy, and OBG's driving me a little bit crazy. And I don't know. Okay, let me see. I was at 784 was the number. I got to write this down. 784 was my views. So I was up at, so I'm still down 10 from the 794. That was Tuesday. So anyway, today is the 30th. I got to write this in my, this is my old raggedy book. I don't know why I do it or why I don't get a new one in. But I'm going to, because it's still got pages. I'm just going to make do with it. And it's already got the holes in it. So I like it. So today's Friday. And be number 44. I like that number. That's going to be this one. This will be 44A because it's going to be short. And now I talked about meeting Ashley from Miami with the 1-year-old boy. Now she said this morning, she just sent me a text saying good morning. And so I just made her a 12-minute 44 message on messages, which I really like to do. I do like, it's like being on here without the picture. And it's not going to the world, because some things I got to keep my mouth shut about. I really, there's too many relatives that it would affect. When I get talking about their great-grandmother, some of them it's great-great-grandmother. And, then there'll be their great-grandmother and their grandmother. And their, I got to be careful what I say. And I do have to omit the word. I'm not even going to use the letter because kids is going to ask, well, what's that mean? They would ask that too. Because I did. When they had me on the farm, they used to spell out words. They'd make me take my desk and go look outside. And they would, so I would write down the letters of the words they were spelling. And I'd go to ask kids what it meant. I used to get in trouble for that because they were pretty breed and bread and all that stuff they were saying. So kids, and I am interested in the pint-sized protesters. I'm fascinated with the concept of the pint-sized protesters, and it just they got my attention. So that's why no more smoking on camera, and kids is the coolest thing in the world. Now, I haven't been around kids in a long time. And One of my favorite memories of my daughter was her 6th birthday. And I took 6 6-year-olds bowling. And my wife was with the boys, so I had to have, I forget, I think 1 or 2 mothers came to the bowling alley with me to help me with these kids. But it was fun. It was really fun. If anybody wants to have a fun 6-year-old party for your kid, take them to the bowling alley and rent 2 alleys. And, get a pizza, get whatever the kids want. It's a birthday party. And it is fun. I'm telling you, it is fun. And they're serious about it, knocking them pins down. They're not playing. They're serious. They're trying to knock them pins down. And, even though you look back and say 6, that's just, but they're serious and they're really trying. And, I think that should be everybody's 6-year-old party, to go bowling, But anyway, I digress. I'm feeling pretty good, even though I got a slight headache. I don't understand that. What's in the front? I can't keep up because, like I said, I don't generally get headaches. But these women are trying to drive me crazy. Now this Grace, I've sent her some money for videos, pictures, and I called them the 3 in Texas. There's 3 of them, and but Gabby put it in my head that this Grace is actually a porn star, and she's making $200,000 a video. So somebody's downloading her videos, and Gabby also put it in my head to get proof of life. That's where you ask somebody to send you a selfie, holding the phone in there, or holding the phone with 2 hands, or touching the ear, or touching the nose, doing something immediate. And none of them are able to do it. So that's why I'm thinking, I'm being scammed by a man. And OBG and a lot of people all of them will say they're men with pretty pictures. And you can do so much. If you know what you're doing on this thing, you can download anything. And but Susan, I think, Susan popped up on my screen one morning, and I was going through a whole lot of stuff with her, and she was making it happen. I'm not going into all the perverted things I was wanting, but she was making it happen. And she wanted 20. I sent her 40 because I was so happy about this. I had all these amazing pictures. Now this is back in. I got out July. This is back in like August. So I'm naive. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know nothing. I'm total hick from the sticks, and I really was worse than a hick from the sticks because I didn't know. I was told this is all, and I didn't even have this. I had just the phone. I had the Galaxy J2 Samsung. That's what they gave me when I got out. I still got it. Right here it is. This is I can generally keep it charged up. I still got the SIM card and everything is there. This whatever you call it, when they switch it, because this was track phone and I switched to Samsung. So, but it's a good phone, and I still can look up information on there that I've lost on this one on my A11. But I got so much going on, and tomorrow's a big day for me. I know to some going to the Walmart ain't no big deal. And it's like, if you had a car and you lived here, it's only how long does it take you to go 4-point-some miles to Walmart. It ain't no big deal. But it is a big deal to me because I got to do it on a bike, pulling a little trailer. I think I got it on videos, my bike and trailer. I showed it anyway. But this is going to be the first time I got turned loose in Walmart by myself, where I ain't got somebody with me. I'm on their time, or it's Will on his time, And this time I can go in there and I got some money to spend. And I want to get pictures off my phone. And there's a few little things. I just want to shop around. And I want to make a day of this because I'm excited. I'm going to do this on camera. My little one, Lorraine, see me put some tobacco in one time. So I give her some. She didn't want to mess with it. So I'm running out of this. And I don't know where to get it. Because I got this when I went to Amherst. And I do love it. Here's a shout out to Skoll. Apple. I got to put it back in my pocket. But I'm running out. So maybe, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to find it somewhere. But my plan is I'm not going to take the water pill, the LASIK. I'm going to take everything else but the water pill. Because I can't be peeing all the way over there, you know. I'm thinking about that. Is where am I able to pee, you know. But anyway, it's going to be a big day for me. It's good. I'm going to make a day of it. That's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to try to find Wendy's, and I'm going to do the 966 again. I might not even do that. I might just pack my own lunch, you know, and just I have all these raviolis. Now I used to eat them raviolis out of the can for years back in the 60s. That's what my dad would keep because he was the manager of a grocery store in Calicut called The Victory. There was about 6 of them. He was the butcher, but he was kind of the manager. So he would bring home all the dented cans. He could get them for a little bit of nothing, or maybe nothing. So I would eat them right out of the can, you know. So I can still do that, you know. It wouldn't hurt me a bit. And I got some. I got a lot of stuff I could take. I got a couple oranges. I got a block of cheese I could take. You know, there's a lot of things I could take. In fact, I got a chunk of cheese about this big left. That's probably what I'll take. I'll cut it up so I can have eat some cheese. And I got my water bottle. It's just a Fago 20-some ouncer that fits in my water bottle carrier. But maybe I don't want to spend $10 on food because I got tons of food. I really do got lots of food. And yeah. Take a can. I was thinking about giving them raviolis away because I haven't been eating that Chef Boy or RD stuff. I was thinking about just donating that to somebody, but I do like the mini raviolis. I do like them. That'd be good to fill me up on my way. I'm sure I'll run across the park or something along the way to stop and have a bite to eat. If not, I just find a guardrail on the way and just sit on it. But I am looking forward for tomorrow. I've been planning this I'm saying 2 weeks, but I think it's been longer than that. It's been in my head. And especially after I did that 22 miles, you know, I know I can do it. And the weather's supposed to be better than today. So I'm really excited. And I am excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, it's all good. But so I got to really experiment with this phone hub. It says, does that mean you can actually use this? Because my phone's in here, you know. It did something when I hooked up to the Wi-Fi and everything. It did something about my phone. I say this Chromebook is for kids, students, whatever term you want to use. And Will I think he was kind of poking fun at it when he said, because it's so little. It is little. And I love it. I do. And I found out that you put the arrow on something and give it a minute, or not a minute, but a second or two, and it shows up what it is. And that's really, so you can self-educate yourself on this thing. And I do want to, because I would like to voice message on here on the phone. And if I can access the phone and then access the mic, so I don't have to hold the spot down on the phone like I do on my A11. I got to sit there and hold the spot down for the voice message. It would be nice to just be able to talk without having to be holding something. I don't know. I get so excited. But a year ago, things was really kind of messed up. I'm in jail, prison. I was saying 27 years for a long time, but it was closer to 28 than 27. And I didn't have nothing in writing of what's going to happen to me. And when you get out of prison and you don't have no, I wasn't on parole, so I didn't have. There was no nothing for me that had to be done. They just turned me loose. They could just turn me loose. And it was kind of scary. Then Bo Hattie got walked out, and that left me, what inroads she was doing, just went up in smoke. And that guy was just, I think he was just flirting with Bo Hattie, saying a lot of things from Rocky River. Because when she left, he just left too. He was out of the picture. So it was kind of a scary thing. And now I'm looking at this year, a year from this point in time to a year, in the amazing year it's been. Now, this next year is anywhere near. It's going to get good. It's going to get good. And all my plans, and everything, like this disc. I was wanting a little antique roll-up disc I seen at the Salvation Army. And I say Jesus is in control. The Spirit, but I like to say Jesus. And because in so many ways, I consider Jesus my little brother. I just do. And I'm my older brother. I feel like he's my little brother. And look what you did to him. I'm kind of mad about that. And, but, I get really lost in the whole AC because it's so, the Bible's got it so impossible, so crazy that's why they ain't been done. And well, let's go to 1610 when King James made the Bible got published. Now Mike says something about they don't use the King James. But I think they all started around 1610. They might not call it the King James, but the writings is from the translations that was permitted for the world. Then they might. I wish Mike was here. He could, because he's studying this stuff. He's being a deacon. He's becoming a deacon. But he won't. Okay, I met him at 16. Middle of 16. Because I got back to Grafton in the spring. And when I seen Kairos was there, I jumped in going to Kairos. Because I really loved Kairos because of what happened to me in 12. Now, Allen and Madison wasn't doing nothing equal wasn't doing nothing like, am I crooked? Kind of crooked here. Oh, that looked better. Anyway, but Grafton was doing something with the Kairos. So I remember Mike coming up, and he's a good-looking guy, you know. He's and I just talked to him for about, I bet you it wasn't even 90 seconds, and I told him I'm the Antichrist. And all he said was, somebody's got to be. That's all he said. He didn't say no more. But come in every Tuesday, then on Saturdays once a month. And but then he started to become a deacon, and he couldn't come in on Saturdays no more because he was studying on Saturdays. But it was what they call a graduation, and then he brought his wife in. And oh man, we hugged more than once. Yeah, I just couldn't get enough of a hug, you know, because in prison you just don't get hugs. And even though I was getting, I ended up getting a visit. It was from old Gordon, and my sister come up like once a year, and I'd get a hug. But a hug is so important, you know. Babies die if they don't get touched, you know, so it's in our makeup. A hug is important. And she's so sweet. His wife, Carolyn. And now I just want an elbow bump. I get fascinated with the elbow bump. There's just something about the elbow bump that I think is cool. You know, I just think it's, you know, it's kind of, there's just something about an elbow bump I just love. And that's one good thing that came out of this COVID mess is the elbow bump. You know, I just like it. It just, you know, because you do it with anybody. And it's just something, you know, you're in each other's space, and it's just nice, you know. But Mike is something else. When my sister died, her birthday was yesterday, and I was I called it happy sad. But I really miss my sister. I miss her. I miss her a lot. But he lit a candle, and I didn't know it, but he told me about it. Mike's honest to a fault. He'll tell you whatever you ask him. He'll tell you, and he don't lie. And he's a great guy. So anyway, when you light a candle, I guess it costs money. You know, the Catholic Church, everything's money with the Catholic Church. So it's $10. So, you know, he did 2 of them in consecutive months for a week. So I forget how it went. I think it was months. I'm not sure. I tell you the truth, I have to ask Mike what it was. Because them candles, don't they last for 30 days? I'm not sure. But he lit 2 of them, so there's $20. And that meant a lot to me. There was just something about, before I even found out about the $10, just light the candle for me, you know. Just, even though she wasn't a Catholic, it was just everything helped, you know. And so I like to send him voice messages for 44 seconds. 12 minutes, 44 seconds. I just like to send it to him. Because he's a busy man. He's got a household full to take care of. He's got his mother, his Carolyn, he's got his daughter, and he's got 2 dogs. And they demand a ride every day. He's got to take them out in the car for a ride. They demand that. You know, but he's got a lot and plus he's sick. He's having an abscess, and he's got a hernia, and he's got to go in for operation. And so he's got a lot of things going on in his life. But so I just sent him a message, you know. And I like my like I always say, I love my videos. I get a kick out of these videos. I think I'm pretty cool. You know, I think I like them. And same way with the voice messages. I listen to them after I make them. And I like them, you know. I like them. And I don't know if that's just all egotistical or whatever, but uh, he generally answers. He'll call me one of these days, and when he's got time. And sometimes we talk for an hour and a half. We talk one day when he called, because he knows when he can do it, and that's what I love about him. It's his time, and I'm basically on his time. And like I tell him, anytime he can call me anytime. And if I'm busy or if I'm in the middle of something I can't, I'll tell him, and that's just. But I generally make time for Mike. Whatever, I put my crazy little life on hold. But these army of hoes, I blocked her. Susan Rose, the one who calls herself Susan Rose. I blocked her because she would call me just to get my attention and wouldn't talk. I ain't talked to not one of them except for Valerie in Boston. She ended up being such a liar, I just had to kick her out of the car. Because she was started out lying. She said she was going to come here. She had money to come here. Because I had it on there where, gotta get to me. I'm not paying you to get to me. I'm not falling for that scam no more. So she's in Boston, so she said she was coming. OBG told me she was lying. Because I sent her all the stuff. She told me she was lying, but I'm believing this Valerie Moore. And she was interested in my neighbor because she'd never been with a black guy, and she was interested in, I'm not going to, but use your imagination. And I'm really, when it comes to lust, I don't think there's anyone more than me. My first 14 years proved that. And, I'm trying to be, remember, I've got these pint-sized protesters in my head right now. They're in my head, and I'm trying to keep it so they can listen to me and start following. Because there ain't nothing like, I'm back to the 6-year-olds going bowling. There ain't nothing like a 6-year-old. When we built the float for the Pumpkin Festival, I think it was in '85, my daughter went to the Brownies and all that stuff. And I can't explain it. But them kids are so cool. And I used to have tools, so they could use all the tools I had. I had the wagon there. And the den mother was my girl. I just loved her to pieces. No, we never even kissed or anything. But her husband was a doctor. And he actually was jealous because she was spending a lot of time. We built a rabbit hutch. She'd be with me for hours, like more than 12 hours in a day. And but the Brownies was cool. What was before the Brownies? Let's see. There was a couple things that she went through before the Girl Scouts came. I can't remember. But I got to pull the float, and I didn't have license. And I took my tractor. I had that International 2444, and it was kind of ugly because somebody painted it John Deere green, and I would run it through the car wash, and it would peel off the green over the tractor was yellow when it came because it was a commercial. It was an interesting tractor. They said they only made about 24 of them. That model, that 2444, beautiful tractor. I thought it was a John Deere, but then I got looking at it a little closer and I said, that ain't a John Deere. It's John Deere green, but it ain't a John Deere. So then I told Don about it, and he told me it was the mate to the farm version was the B414, and he had one. And so everything would be basically the same as that. And I forget that Don Cunnard. He was like my best friend. He just died here in, I say November. It was November of 19, not 20. He was born 44. He was a funny guy. he was a funny guy. One-man farmer. And I'm in a one-man farmer. That's when you hook up to a thing, you ain't got somebody to help you line up. He had to do all that himself. Jump off the tractor and bull, and just most farmers got a helper. And some farmers used their wife and made them turn with calluses on their hands from helping, like Gus Snack did with Patty. That was wrong what he did with her, and that was wrong. And same with his dad did with Edith. And I cursed them. No wonder they wanted to kill me in 1960. I was telling OBG about that last night on a message. Oh, my first 14. That was my first 7 years. Stories I could tell. I might get into that. Because originally, I was going to do an X-rated video. And now the reality of what I'm doing is that's what I think will come. Is you see, I made a 4-hour video, and I put everything out there. And remember, I say Jesus is running this show, and I think he made it disappear. I really do, because it was bad. I mean, it was good, but it was bad. That's the term. It was really because I went into everything. I went into everything. But it disappeared. But they see. Oh, back to the censor here. But that's what I might do sometime soon. Really make an X-rated one, so the parents can control the thing and put their parent, control, because I'm the pint-sized protesters. I want them to have parents that is running the show. That they're educating the kids as they go. They just ain't a bunch of hoodlums running around. I'm not thinking like that. I think they're kids from good homes, and so they do have guidance in their life. So anyway, where was I? Always talking about that. I was talking about we made this float, and I had this John Deere Green International 2444 67. Oh, it was a 1967, and like I said, they only made about 2,400. So I took it to the car wash and washed it up so it looked good enough. And we was going to hang paper on it so it wouldn't look so bad. Dress it up a little bit, put stuff in the wheels, but it wouldn't start. I couldn't get that thing started no matter what I tried. I just couldn't get it to start. It wasn't meant to be. I don't know. I took the distributor cap off, rolled it out, and I did everything in the world except put ether in it. And I probably would have put ether in it if I would have had ether, because it wasn't long after that I came upon a case of ether, and I kept it with me in the trailer. So but I didn't have ether that day. So anyway, I think I can't think of her name, the den mother. I want to say Kathy, but I think she had a kind of a unique name, and I called her something else. But that's a long time ago. So anyway, one of the mothers had a Blazer, and I didn't have no license, but I drove the darn Blazer, pulling the float in the parade. Ditto, sure enough, was there. That's the chief. Because his daughter was the same age as, she was a 79 kid. So she was a brownie. So he was watching for it. Here I come driving down there with the Blazer. And she's in the den mom's in the front seat throwing candy out. I'm throwing candy out the window. I'm driving the darn thing. He didn't bother me. It was good and well. I didn't have no license. Oh, I felt good about that. So I got to pull it. I did want to pull it. It was just something in me that wanted to, I felt I wanted to pull it. Because we had worked on that quite a while. Yeah, what time is it here? 39. Yeah, I'm going to shut this off. But, yeah, that Barnesville handyman story is quite interesting. how I started that out. I've hit on it a little bit, talking about the wheelbarrow and, you know, but when they caught me with the gun, I knew I couldn't go to prison. I had too much prison. I wasn't going back to prison. They was going to have to hold court in the street with me. That's why I armed myself when I got on the farm. I had a 22 high standard that I took because it was a target pistol. I took the sights off it and I got it so I filed down had the sight. I made my own sight with it. And 6-shot single action. I kept it 6 shells in it too. I had bird shot, long rifle, mini mags. I had it all in there. Then I got my original 20 gauge that I used to take to school, and I redid the stock and I can't even think of the name, but that broke down into 3 pieces. You could put it in a suitcase. It was 1910 model Springfield. Nice gun. But back in my day, you could take that to shop. I didn't have bullets with it, but I took the gun. now then I bought, I didn't, my wife bought it in her name, a 30-30, which was my favorite gun. I liked the Winchester, the carbine. And you take the spring out of the magazine and you cut off, I forget how many, you cut about this much off. So instead of holding 7, you could have, you had 8 shots altogether instead of 7. 1 in the chambers. But I loved that lever action. I did. I didn't have nothing fancy like a rifleman had, but I think his was a 44 though. I think that's what that was. But anyway, I wasn't going to prison. And I lost a lot in '86 when I had to leave everything behind. And then I come back and got the family. And got a 70 International with a cap on it, and everything we own is in there. And got 3 kids. And I hated this, but I had to lose Buck. He was my dog. He wasn't fixed. You go to Belmont County and you still see a lot of, I don't know about 20. I imagine, I still bet you there's a lot of Bucks running around. His generation, because he made a lot of dogs. Because he would go for 2-3 days and I didn't know where he was. But when I came back in 91, I was just riding around and I seen a bunch of bucks. He had a lot of pups. He would get them if they was tied up on the chain. He'd get them. It ain't right, but looking back on it, I ain't a bit ashamed of none of it. Because they shot him. And he lives on. Buck lives on, boy. That was a funny story. We wanted a dog. So we go to the pound in Belmont County. And it was getting near 4 o'clock, I think, closing time. And some lady came in with this beautiful border collie, beautiful dog, on a leash, said his name was Buck. And the dog came right to me, jumped up on me, and I petted it, and I fell in love with him as soon as I seen him. He was like, and she had a bag of dog food, and the lady at the pound said, it's too late for the paper. Do you mind taking this dog? So I just took it. So he did get fixed. And the first thing Barbara did was put some food down. I said, no, don't feed him there. I want him to be fed outside. Because he was a outdoor dog. And, not freezing cold, but regular go outside dog. And Buck was a dog. So anyway, I went to get the thing, and he snapped at me. Boy, I got him. I grabbed him by his head, and I had his ears, and don't you ever do that to me again, type thing. He'd have me take his dog dish out and put it in the thing. But he was protective. I had no 46 Willys Jeep. He'd lay down in the thing there, and I'd never have to worry about somebody messing with my Jeep. I used to use Don's truck, and he'd jump in on the seat. And I forget sometimes and leave him in there. Don go to get in his truck and Buck right in his face. Boy, Don, he wouldn't mess with Buck. Get that damn dog in there. No, Don didn't cuss. He's, get that dog out of there, will you? I can't get in my truck. But the Buck was something else. And I didn't have him tied. He had when we lived on the Earth Lady Farm, he had the brunt of he had his freedom. Then we had to move to town. Then I went to jail. I had to, I knew I was going to jail. I had a driver under suspension and driving without license and driving all kinds of stuff. And so I had met somebody that wanted him. Now he was tied up with the Kirk Furniture Company in Barnesville, so he had good history. But I forget, he couldn't handle him. So I got Buck back, and I used to let him run with me in the daytime. When I had that little house on Oak Street, I talked about the little tiny house. So something happened that I run over with the front. But I had so much weight on the axle, on the tow bar of the tractor, that the front end was light on my 2444. So it wasn't, but I did hurt him. I hurt him pretty bad. But I knew the vet. So we take him in there and he put a big rod like this. And, he put him to sleep. He did a good job. He fixed his leg because I broke his front leg. And he limped around for about a month, but he healed up. He was as good as new. And so I used to have to tie him up in the backyard. But I would let him run with me in the daytime. And there was this one place I had to go to, and there was a ton of dogs. Well, I wish I could think of her name. She was a horsewoman. She had horses. And she had a son born 6/6/66. And I can't think of their name, but they lived down by the schoolhouse on Sandy Ridge. And Buck, and she had a bunch of dogs, and he'd have to fight his way through that pack to get to Don's house. He would. He'd scrap with them all. Eventually, they left him alone. He could run with me up to the thing, up to Sandy Ridge. Wish I could think of her name. Oh, I used to love her. But she did training horses, and she had a nice, Don used to sell her hay. Like I always remember her son being 6/6/6/6/6/6, all the sixes. He was a cool dude. I think he ended up going to college. I lost track of all these people. Oh, wow. Oh, there's my girl. It better be you.
It is.
Hey, let me shut this off. Well, that was OBG. We had a nice talk. But the phone call came, so she had to go. And all my messages to her don't work on that work phone. So she's going to have to listen to them when she comes. She's supposed to try to come, and I got a few things for her. And plus I want Myron to fix my doorbell. And I do want to end this video because I got to find out where Spatney was. I think it's 39C, and I want to see if it's that one or not. So I got to go to the TV, and plus I got to get something to eat. And I didn't hear nothing from Miami for Ashley. I sent her a 12-minute 44 text voice message, but nothing came back. And right now I think I want to call a couple people. I want to call Will, and I want to call Ashley. I'm going to call Ashley first. I just want to talk to her, or try to talk to her. I'm going to see if she's in her office. But I love y'all, and it's all good. It really is all good. It's all beautiful. Damn, I enjoy OBG. I enjoy that woman more than I can even say. I can't even begin to say. She is a character. One of a kind. She's a one of a kind. Yes, she's a very special lady. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to go. Love y'all with all my heart and head. Both. Both.